stitches, Harvey.
And the title.
What down?
And Ethel, oh, what a pleasure to come in and find a beautiful woman waiting for me.
Oh, Elwood, you haven't changed a bit.
And Ethel, I'd like you to meet Harvey. As you can see, he's a puka. Harvey, you've heard me speak of Mrs. Chauvenet. We always call her Aunt Ethel. Ah, yes, she's the one. He says he would have known you anywhere. Well, come along, Harvey. We must say hello to all of our friends. How do you do? Down's the name. Elwood P. Let me give you one of my cards. If you'd just like to call me at that one. Don't call me at that one, because that's the old one. Oh, I can see you are disturbed by Harvey. Please don't be. He stares like that at everyone. But he likes you. I can tell. He likes you very much. Harvey, by Mary Chase.
Myrtle, where are you going?
Up to my room. He's introducing Harvey to everybody at our party. I can't face those people now. Oh, Mother, people get run over by trucks every day. Why can't something like that happen to Uncle Elwood?
I promise you, your uncle has disgraced us for the last time in this house. I'm going to do something I've never done before.
Mrs. Simmons?
You're Dr. Sanderson.
Yes. Mr. Wilson tells me you are concerned about your brother, Elwood P. Dowd.
Doctor, everything I say to you is confidential.
That's understood.
Well, he drinks. And I want him committed out here permanently. Because I cannot stand another day of that Harvey.
This person you call Harvey, who is he?
Harvey is a rabbit. A big white rabbit, 6 feet high. Or is 6 feet and a half. Heavens knows I ought to know.
Now, Mrs. Simmons, let me understand this.
Doctor, do I have to keep repeating myself? My brother insists that his closest friend is this big white rabbit named Harvey. Harvey lives at our house. Doctor, every once in a while, I see that big white rabbit myself.
Mrs. Simmons.
And what's more, he's every bit as big as Elwood says he is.
I can see you've been under a great nervous strain recently.
Well, yes, I certainly have.
Grief over your mother's death depressed you considerably?
Nobody knows how much.
You've been worrying a great deal.
Yes, I have. I can't help it.
And now I'm going to help you.
Oh, Doctor.
Just sit here quietly, Mrs. Simmons. I'll be right back.
We'll just go down to the cabin and get Elwood and his things.
Mrs. Simmons? Sound the gong! That poor woman must not leave the grounds! Her condition is serious. What have we available, Wilson? Okay, number 13, Upper West Star. Have Mrs. Simmons taken there immediately. I must speak to her brother, Elwood P. Dowd. Get him for me, will you please, Wilson? There's been a terrible mistake. We've committed the wrong person. Mr. Dowd, my name is Dr. Lyman Sanderson.
How are you, Doctor?
That's going to depend on you, I'm afraid.
Doctor, I'd like you to meet a very dear friend of mine.
Later on, I'd be glad to. Won't you be seated, Mr. Dowd?
Yes, thank you.
Is it too warm in here for you, Mr. Dowd? Would you like me to open a window?
Oh, that is entirely up to you.
I can see you're not the type of person to be taken in by any high-flown phrases or beating around the bush. You have us at a disadvantage here. You know it. We know it. Well, let's lay the cards on the table.
Well, that certainly appeals to me, Doctor.
The best way in the long run. People are people, no matter where you go.
Well, that is very often the case.
I made a terrible mistake here this afternoon, Mr. Dowd. Your sister is a very sick woman. Came in here insisting you were in need of treatment.
Oh, Alvita shouldn't be upset about me. I get along just fine.
Exactly. Is there something I can get for you, Mr. Dowd?
What did you have in mind?
A light. Here, let me give you a light. Your sister plunged right away into a heated tirade on your drinking.
Oh, now that's Vita.
Exactly. I suppose you take a drink now and then, the same as the rest of us.
Well, yes, I do.
Does your sister drink, Mr. Dowd?
Oh, no, Doctor, no. I don't believe Vita has ever taken a drink.
Well, I think she has and does. But it's not her alcoholism that's going to be the basis for my diagnosis. She began talking emotionally about this big white rabbit. I believe she called him Harvey.
Harvey is his name.
She claimed you were persecuting her with this Harvey.
I haven't been persecuting her with Harvey. Alvita shouldn't feel that way. And now, Doctor, before we go any farther, I must insist you let me introduce...
Let me make my point first, Mr. Dowd. This trouble of your sister's didn't spring up overnight. Her condition stems from trauma. To sum it all up, Mr. Dowd, your sister's condition is serious. It stands to reason nobody has ever seen a white rabbit 6 feet high.
Not very often, Doctor.
I like you, Dowd.
I like you too, Doctor.
Vita must be committed here. Under these circumstances, I would commit my own grandmother.
Does your grandmother drink too?
It's just an expression. Will you sign these commitment papers as next of kin? Just a formality. I have to get on upstairs now. It's been a great pleasure to have this little talk with you, Dowd.
I've enjoyed it too, Doctor. I'd like to invite you to come with me now down to Charlie's place and have a drink.
Sorry, on duty now. Some other time.
What?
I don't get off duty until 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, very well. Let us go to Charlie's at 10 o'clock tonight. I want you to become friends with a very dear friend of mine. Goodbye now. I met Missy Simmons' brother. He was, looking for someone.
I don't recall anyone with Dowd.
He said his friend's name was, Harvey.
Harvey?
Yeah. He mentioned something else about them, a puka, but I didn't quite get what that was.
Wilson, get upstairs and release Mrs. Simmons. Dr. Sanderson, having realized his mistake, hastily attempts to rectify the situation. Unfortunately, Elwood has already left the building. Vita locates him, where she persuades Elwood to join her in a cab ride. They head back to the mental hospital, Dr. Sanderson following in his own car. A procedure is set up to rid Elwood of his hallucination.
The doctor said Elwood's injection wouldn't take long.
Lady, you jumped out of the cab without paying me.
Oh, yes, I forgot. How much is it?
All the way out here from town, $2.75.
Oh, $2.75. Oh, I could have sworn I brought my coin purse. I'll have to get it for you from my brother. But I can't get it right now. He's in there getting an injection. It won't be long, but you'll have to wait.
Lady, I want my money now.
But of all the pig-headed stubborn things, what's the matter with you?
Nothing that $2.75 won't fix.
I've never heard of anything so unreasonable in my life. Doctor, will you let Elwood step out here a minute? Oh, Elwood, I came here without my coin purse. Will you give this man $2.75?
How do you do? Dowd's the name. Elwood P. Well, let me give you one of my cards. If you should want to call me at that one. Don't call me at that one because that's the old one. $2.75? You can keep the change. Well, you excuse me, Dr. Sanderson is waiting.
Sure. A sweet guy. Listen, lady, I've been driving this route for 15 years. On the way up, they sit back and enjoy the ride. They talk to me. Sometimes we stop and watch the sunsets and look at the birds flying. Sometimes we stop and watch the birds when there ain't no birds and look at sunsets when it's raining. We have a swell time and I always get a big tip. But afterwards, oh.
Afterwards, oh. What do you mean afterwards, oh?
They crab. They yell at me to watch the lights, watch the intersections, watch the brakes. They scream at me to hurry. It's no fun. And no tips.
But my brother would have tipped you anyway. He's very generous, always has been.
Not after this, he won't be. Lady, after this, he'll be a perfectly normal human being. And you know what jerks they are. Glad I met you.
Stop it! Don't give it to him! Elwood, come out of there! I don't want Elwood to have it!
What's all this commotion?
You haven't already given it to him, have you?
No, but we're ready.
No!
You don't know what you want. You didn't want that rabbit either.
And what's wrong with Harvey? If Elwood and I want to live with Harvey, then it's nothing to you. It's our business. Come along, Elwood. Hurry up.
One moment, Ada. Dr. Sanderson, my mother used to say to me, in this world, Elwood, you must be oh so smart, or oh so pleasant. For years, I was smart. I reckon I'm pleasant. You may quote me, and do you mind? You're standing in his way.